What's up, YouTube land? It's been a little bit. Missed you guys. I hope you missed me too, but probably didn't because I don't really make a whole lot of videos. There's really not a whole lot to miss. Nonetheless, I missed you guys. But I will tell you this. Recently on this Wide Glide, I've had an issue with some backfiring. It's been going on for the longest time actually. But nonetheless, I think I finally got the issue worked out, and it ended up being something that I never really expected. I thought at first maybe it was the air filter, maybe it was just, you know, allowing too much air into the intake, so I tried to enrichen the carburetor a little bit, and that might have helped to some extent. But then I saw that the old air cleaner that I had a vacuum line that was also sucking up too much air into the manifold. So I pulled that off, and then I noticed that it kind of started to idle a little more normally, but it didn't really quite get rid of the backfiring issue. So I figured I was probably getting a little bit closer. But then I realized that when I was inspecting my bike, and I noticed that the bolts that hold the exhaust pipes to the cylinders, they were a little loose. So I'm like, all right, no big deal. I'll go ahead and tighten them up a little bit. And so I tightened one side. Then I went over to the front cylinder, and I was starting to tighten that. And it was all the way tight. So I was like, well, that's kind of weird because it's all the way tight and my pipe is still wiggling around some. And that kind of gave me the inclination that perhaps my exhaust gaskets are worn out and should be replaced. Right, so that's what I did. So I ordered the new gaskets, and they came in the mail, and I took the pipes off, and I looked at the rear gasket, and it was basically hanging on by like a little bit of a thread. So I'm like, yeah, that really does need to be replaced right there. And then I went and looked at the front side, and can anybody guess what I saw on the front side? Remember, a few minutes ago, I told you that I had the front pipe tightened all the way and it was still wiggling around. So what I found on the front side of the cylinder was that the exhaust gasket had completely disintegrated, and there was nothing left of that gasket at all. And then I started to think, you know what? Kind of makes sense, you know, if I've been having this backfiring issue, that if that pipe has been loose, then perhaps some of the exhaust and the fuel from the cylinder was getting mixed in with a little bit of air to where that gasket should have been sealing it off and was causing the backfiring in my pipe. It's not necessarily that my motor was running lean, because I don't think my motor's running lean right now. It sounds great. I think the carburetor and manifold and all that was just fine. And I'm starting to think that maybe the issue was with the gaskets all along. So I replaced the gaskets, got the new exhaust pipes back on the engine, and then I took it out for a spin. And what do you know? And all of the backfiring went away. And it just completely blew my mind that like a $15 fix, because that's what those gaskets costed me, 15 bucks. $15 fix basically eliminated my backfiring. So anyway, that's just a little nerd alert tip if you guys are wondering. If you're having a backfiring issue and you've been, you know, maybe thinking that you've got a bad tune or bad manifold or something like that, or that your bike is running lean, something along those lines, you know what? Check your exhaust. See if maybe the bolts just need to be tightened. Don't over tighten it though, because those gaskets, they're just basically like steel mesh rings, and if you put too much pressure on it, you could probably wear it down really quick. So look up whatever your factory torque settings are for those, in which case mine is a 60 inch-pounds. So that's what I torqued these new gaskets. Well, that's what I torqued my pipe to these new gaskets to, 60 inch-pounds. What do you know? Next thing, backfiring's gone away. Okay? So give it a try if you haven't done that yet, and then take your bike out for a spin, ride safe, And I hope you guys all have a good time out there, alright? Until next time, I'll see you again later. I'm out. Peace.